Hey there, and welcome to Season 3 of State Street. I'm Sonia Hudson.
And I'm Emily Means.
It has been so much fun to be with you for the last 2 seasons of State Street. We've covered supermajorities, tax cuts, and, of course, the Utah way. That was my favorite episode.
Of course.
But we do have some bittersweet news. Emily, should we start with bitter or sweet?
Sigh. The bitter news. The bitter news is you and I have both moved on to other gigs. I'm running the CityCast Salt Lake podcast.
And I'm at the Financial Times producing the Daily News podcast.
But the sweet news is there are 2 great new hosts who are taking the helm of State Street to bring you all that delicious politics news covered in fry sauce.
We have Sage Miller and Sean Higgins.
Hi, everybody. I'm Sean Higgins. I feel like I am 16 again and have just been handed the keys to the family car.
And heyo, I'm Sage Miller, and I'm the terrified passenger on this joyride.
All right. So I know both of you, but I don't think Sonia does.
Not really.
And neither do our listeners. So, Sean, tell me about you. What is your deal, man?
Well, thank you for that blunt introduction, Emily. I am Sean. I've been a reporter for the better part of 8 years now and came to KUER this summer from fellow NPR station KPCW in Park City. I covered City Hall, county government, and all the other weird and wacky happenings in the Wasatch Back, as we like to call it.
And Sage, who are you? What's your deal?
Great question, Sonia. I ask myself a similar question almost daily. But aside from my perpetual existential crisis, I've been around the Utah media block. I started my career as an itty-bitty intern at KSL News Radio, where I eventually snagged a full-time job as a digital and radio producer. And then about a year ago, I left radio and headed to the Salt Lake Tribune. I was a member of the innovation lab that focused on solutions journalism. I covered everything from the criminal justice system to Utah water law. And now I'm here, reporting on the wacky world of Utah politics.
Well, there you have it. Needless to say, the family car is in good hands. Here's my advice. Don't forget your seatbelts, kids.
They grow up so fast.
Aww.
But Emily, it's time to let them fly or drive, I guess, solo.
It's our show now, Sean. What does one team do with all that power?
I think we talk about the people trying to wield that power, Sage.
Are you talking about the midterm elections?
I certainly am.
Wow. Election season to me is what corn is to that famous TikTok boy.
I can't imagine a more beautiful thing. It's cold!
We will certainly be covering all of the juiciest races and political stories from around the state. There are also some other questions we want to get at this season.
Like, what do Utahns really care about right now?
Or how do you cut through all the noise and misinformation to be a smart voter and news consumer?
Or, come next year, will it be former Senator Mike Lee?
You'll just have to tune in to find out.
To this season of State Street, you'll hear a mix of stories and voices from around the state and beyond.
The level of vitriol and nastiness directed at people who run elections is unprecedented and unbelievable.
Recognize that voice?
It's okay if you don't, but you will soon.
New Season 3 episodes drop every Thursday until our final election recap on November 10th. It's already shaping up to be an interesting year for Utah politics, and we cannot wait to get started.
Sean, did we just finish our first State Street ride together and make it out alive?
Back before curfew, too.
Fudge, yeah, we are.
That does it for this episode of State Street. I'm Sean Higgins.
And I'm Sage Miller. The team includes Caroline Ballard, Elaine Clark, David Childs, Renee Bright, Raquel Davis, and Jim Hill. State Street is a production of KUER.
If you liked what you heard, be sure to leave us a review on Apple Podcasts or wherever you're listening. It helps other listeners find the show. See you next week.
From KUER.